Hey guys, welcome back to Indirect Knowledge. It's good to be back with you guys today. And today we have a general tarot card reading for Jenny. And we'll kind of find out where things are at. So if you guys have never had a tarot card reading with me or watched this channel before, let me just give you a little bit of insight into how this kind of works. So the first thing I like to do is kind of do like a past, present, future read to kind of get some ideas, some perspective on things. Then we look at really the energy surrounding the current situation with regard to the situation itself and where the person is at. And then we look at really the outcome and kind of where the answer lies. So that's pretty much it. And then that gives us what we need to really be able to zero in. Guys, I've been a psychic since I was a small child. And that power or that intuition has grown ever since. And so I pick up things just all the time about just, sometimes it's random stuff, sometimes it's very focused. So whatever I really put the focus in on, normally things just start to come and materialize for me mentally. So it's sort of like I get a lot of insight, a lot of hindsight into things. I almost get like a visual sometimes of things as well. So let's just get into the reading. So in the past, we have the King of Wands. King's about authority and creating foundations. Wands are about action. So it's taking some action and stuff and doing things kind of more authoritatively. In the present, we have a good situation. Oh, this is a cup of satisfaction, a lot of joy. This is a 10 of Cups. This is sort of like when we've done everything and really gotten to finally where we want to be with our relationships, with our feelings, our emotional makeup. We're balanced. Everything's going really well in our life. This is a really good card, one of celebration. That it could be a family card too, where we finally get that family. It's sort of like the great American dream or the great dream that everyone is really kind of after, and finally getting that to where we want it to be. So it's feeling good about things. That's kind of the current situation. And as far as the future, and I'm calibrated to about 3 months out, I can give you more perspective on that based on the heaviness of this card. But this is the 2 of Cups. 2 is about relationships. In the near future, now we see a relationship possibility. It will be a really balanced relationship, actually, and one that will probably carry you forward in a lot of nice, positive ways. A lot of understanding, a lot of love between 2 people. It could be a courtship. It could be some kind of platonic love. It could be even a professional partnership. Don't know exactly 100% on this, but the key to this is really trust, vows, promises, romance, passion, sharing, love, all these kind of good emotional things. And that's coming. I'm seeing that in about 2 months from now, maybe a little bit less, maybe a month and 3 weeks or something along that line to 2 months out. We'll start to see this relationship really start to do its thing. But as with anything, it's a progression. It's a kind of a tiered thing. So it starts off small and it starts to progress and move into something a lot more serious. Now let's look at really the energy surrounding this 10 of Cups. This is this happy place. Why are we feeling this way? Why is everything happening with that? And we have the Magician, which tells us why. It's because of all of our resources. We know that we have whatever we need in order to create whatever life that we want for ourselves. And that's what the Magician really represents. It's magical. Things are magical. Life is magical. Why? Because we have the resources. We know that what we want, what we need, we can create. We also know that we also see the inverted 8, which is also a symbol sometimes for like a soulmate type thing. So we can create those kind of things for ourselves. The next card that we have is the kind of the energy surrounding where you're at. This is the High Priestess. It tells a lot right here because it's telling us that you're very, this is sort of like your card and what represents you in this here particular situation. And the High Priestess doesn't really say a lot, but really does say a lot kind of under the radar. It's a very spiritual card. The High Priestess, she basically says that trust yourself. She whispers this in our ear a lot of times and kind of says, she's very, very, very psychic. She's very, 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 she has a lot of intuition about things. Her instincts are pretty much right on about things. And that's why, that's kind of where you're at with things and what have you. that's why you can understand sort of the hidden meanings behind things and be able to take action and get the things in life that you want. So way cool on that. Yeah, it almost makes me, I'd like to meet you just to kind of get more perspective on that. But anyways, getting on with the outcome, this is kind of the last phase of this tarot card reading and kind of where we're at with things and all. We have the 5. This is the 5 of Cups. Cups being about emotions and things. We talked about that relationship coming forward here in the near future. So this is sort of the outcome with that relationship that's coming into play. It's a kind of a sad person here, kind of a depressed person. It's telling us to pick up the pieces and to move on. 5 in numerology, this is a Roman numeral 5 on the card. It's really about change and, nothing staying the same, no constant, no fixedness about things. But what this card is really about is also about exaggerated emotion. So when this card comes up, a lot of times we have this feeling of like that we're depressed, that things are not right for us, that we're sad, and a lot of times it's unmerited. Like it's not our true feeling. It's just that in that particular moment, in this particular time frame, we're feeling a sense of like heightened emotion that's more baseless. In other words, it's sort of exaggerated. So the way that we should be feeling is not exactly how we're feeling. We're feeling a little bit, I don't want to say making a mountain out of a molehill, as the old expression goes, but it's where we're kind of reading into things a little bit more than we should be maybe reading into them. Like we're feeling too much disappointment when we really shouldn't be as disappointed as we really are, because we're kind of misreading things. So be careful with that card as it comes up here in the near future with that relationship. Don't try to read too much into the relationship either way in terms of it being there for you or not being there for you. I have a very strong suspicion that with this relationship, it will be a good relationship, a balanced relationship, a good relationship. So don't try to like overthink it. Just kind of run with it, enjoy it, have fun with it, and make the most of it. And I think you'll be a lot happier as far as that goes. What's the key to that? What's the key to making all of this happen? And that's a good question. Sometimes it's about decisions within our own mind. We have the swords here. Swords are about the mind. It's about thoughts, ideas. We have the moon in this picture as well. Moon's really about that psychic energy, about intuition, instinct, things like that. The hidden meaning behind things that are kind of below the surface, below the radar. We have the 2 right here, which is about relationships. And this is about choosing sides. And then, of course, sometimes wearing a blindfold means that we're just keeping ourselves blind to what's really going on around us. So sort of the 2 of Swords in this particular case with this particular reading is where you're kind of faced with a decision. And with that decision, you kind of intentionally wear these blinders, these blindfolds. But really, in the reality of things, life's decisions are kind of difficult. They have painful consequences. Those kind of things are sort of attached to them. But when you don't decide, it's really a decision in and of itself, isn't it? Not deciding. So take time to choose really what the best outcomes are for you, and that's exactly what you'll be getting. So I hope that you gain some valuable insights from this tarot card reading, this general reading. It seems like we're really kind of seeing some things that came out of this general reading, especially given that there was no other information that was made available to us for this particular tarot card reading. And but yeah, it looks pretty promising. Like things are going to be going fairly well for you. Just need to keep a few things in mind that we talked about. And of course, because this is a video, you can always go back and rewatch. And yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching the video. If you guys want to support our mission here at the monastery, you can just go to helpbydonating.com. Give from your heart. It helps us be able to spread love for God to others and to do some nice service work to help others that are in need. Also, if you want, you can subscribe to the channel. We would appreciate that. More subscribers, the better, but we are kind of a close-knit family here. And then, of course, if you hit the bell notification, you'll get notification every time we come on. And then when we come on, if you want to ask a question or something like that, and we're doing these readings, oftentimes I'm able to do some quick readings for people as well, like when we do these live streams. So always would love to have you come on and ask a question if that's what you feel like doing, if that's what's right for you. And but anyways, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching this, and much love, many blessings. See you guys on the next episode of Indirect Knowledge.